My name is Amanda Cottrell. I'm 31 and I'm from Egg Harbor Township.
Hi, my name is Shavonna Morris. I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey, and I'm 31 years old.
My name is Patricia Jaggi. I am 71 years old, and I experienced a miscarriage personally in 1976.
So I had 3 miscarriages. My first one, I really didn't know I was having it until I was having it. My second one, I remember, I think I had like a tooth getting pulled, and I found out I was pregnant, and I was like, oh my God, I just had my tooth pulled, like, is this baby gonna be okay? And then wound up finding out that I miscarried that one. My third one, I was at work again when that one happened. That one, it was just, it caught me off guard. It wasn't something I was ready for, because you experience 2, and once you get past the second one, you're like, okay, you know what, I'm not having no more kids, I can't do it. The third one, it was more like, okay, this one's here, we're gonna find a reason to go to doctors every day to get my blood work done to see if my numbers went up or went down. And once the doctor tells you, listen, your numbers are going down, you're kind of like, okay, I'm prepared for this one. I'm just waiting for it to happen. And that was my third one, and it happened. So I was more like, okay, it's happening. I mean, it hurt the same, but it was just like more like you knew it was coming.
Late June of 2020, I went in for my anatomy scan at 21 weeks and realized that I had a miscarriage and there was no heartbeat. When I had the miscarriage, I just felt empty. I felt ashamed, and just that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't capable of completing, what my body was designed to complete.
When I experienced that miscarriage, I was never aware of anyone else that had experienced such a tragedy. I wondered what I had done wrong. I considered that because this was the one of ultimately my 4 pregnancies that was unplanned, perhaps it was a punishment in some way for my error, if you will. People did not speak about it. In the hospital, when I was there, I was placed in a room with an elderly woman. I felt isolated. I just remember feeling numb through the entire experience.
You feel like, oh, is it me? Is it my body? Because I'm on the heavier side. So I ask the doctors all the time, was it because of my weight? Was it because of my weight? And they said, no, it's not because of your weight. It just happens. And just hearing that it just happens, you're like, okay, so this is every day. It just happens. Like, I'm carrying a child. Like, this just can't happen. Like, it's my baby. It happens. It's part of life. It's what we experience. And it's everyday life. Like, people go through it, and sometimes women, we help each other get through it. Like, when I talk to my friends about it, they be like, you know what, girl, listen, let's take you out, let's have fun, let's do something, let's get your mind off for it. Or they sit there and let me talk about it, they listen to me. So I think we should help one another overcome something that it's part of life.
I think we should openly talk about miscarriages because they happen all the time. So many women suffer in silence, and little do they know that it's 1 in 4. There's women all around them that are going through that exact same motion, and I think that we can be a light for other people to speak up. I think that we as women should come together and be able to empower one another and hold hands as we walk through that journey. And and have support groups to where, you know, if you are pregnant again, or, you know, what that's going to be like, or what it was like in your situation, just being able to share your testimony with someone else, I feel like there's healing in speaking about it.
I think it helps us move on. It helps us to remember the life we've lost, no matter where in life that was, whether it was in early pregnancy or whether it is as an elderly parent. We see it more as part of the continuum of life.
Talking about it, it does help though. It just gets it out there. We knew we was pregnant. We knew we was carrying a child. We knew we had a human inside of us. And we lost that. And then it's like we lost that child. We lost a part of us, who we were. Like, some people are excited to be pregnant. And they want to, you know, wow, they probably never got pregnant in their life, or they've been trying to get pregnant forever, and then they just lost it. That was their joy.
I would say talking about my own miscarriage has helped me heal, because I've been able to have a community who I know loves me, and I've been able to reach out to friends and family and talk about that, and I feel like there is healing in me for talking about it. Not long after we got home from the hospital did I announce that publicly, that we had lost the baby. And I really started talking about it in my business that I was doing online, and in my lives. I would, you know, even if I was emotional, I just felt like I was talking. I mean, especially during COVID, we're not really seeing a lot of people in person, so I really didn't have anybody to one-on-one, face-to-face have a conversation with. So I did find healing in, you know, talking about it socially, and the outpour of women that would comment back on my posts that, like, oh, I went through that 18 years ago, you know, just empowering me and letting me know that I wasn't alone felt really good.
You know, ironically, I believe it has helped me in so many ways, but I have been able to speak with my young grandchildren, even, of this experience. My thinking being that this helps to prepare them from the very beginning of their lives to know life is full of surprises. Some are wonderful and some are not. I had a miscarriage. My son's name is Adam. His name will always be Adam Patrick. Yes.